Welcome everyone to Simply Crochet with Landa. Today's tutorial is on the wave stitch. It's a beautiful stitch. This is great for beginners. This is basically a slip stitch and half double crochet in the back loop. And you're just repeating rows consecutively to get this great wave pattern. And if I haven't mentioned it before, if you're a new viewer, I do have a playlist of beginner stitches, so you might want to check that out. And I do also have some motifs and some squares in a playlist. So please take a look at that and let's begin this tutorial. We'll begin this pattern with a multiple of 10 chains plus 6, and for this sample I will be doing 26 chains. We will begin row 1 with doing a slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, 1 2, and we will insert our hook, draw up a loop, and go all the way through. That is a slip stitch. Again, insert your hook, draw up a loop, and then go all the way through. And you will do 5. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now in the next 5 chains we will do half double crochets. So that is yarn over, insert your hook in the next chain, draw up a loop, 3 loops, yarn over, and go through all 3. Again, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops. So that's 2 half double crochets, 3, 4, and 5. Now in the next 5 chains we will do 5 slip stitches. 1 2 3 4 and 5, and you will repeat that across 5 slip stitches and 5 half double crochets until you have 5 slip stitches at the end of your row. Okay, this is what your first row should look like. Right now you end it with 5 slip stitches, and now you will chain 1 and turn your work. For row 2, we now have 5 slip stitches. However, this time we will be doing them in the back loop. For you beginners out there, here is what your stitches look like. And you have these 2 loops. Here's your front loop and here's your back loop. So normally you'd go through here, but now you're going to insert your hook in the back loop. So you can kind of see this V going. So now you will do a slip stitch in that back loop. So just insert your hook there, draw up a loop, and go all the way through. Again, in the back loop only, a slip stitch. That's 3 slip stitches. Here's 4 and 5. Now we will be doing 5 half double crochets in the back loop only as well. So again, here's your front loop right here. and that's your back loop. That's your front loop, and that's your back loop. So we will yarn over, insert your hook in that back loop only, draw up a loop, and go through all 3. And you will do 5 half double crochets. That's 3, 4, and 5. Once you've completed your 5 half double crochets in the back loop only, you will continue down the row and do 5 slip stitches in the back loop only, 5 half double crochets, and end with 5 slip stitches at the end of this row. This is what your work should look like after row 2. Okay, now going on to row 3, you will chain 1 and turn your work. Now for row 3, you will begin by doing 5 half double crochets in the back loop only. So you will begin row 3 with 5 half double crochets, and then you will do the 5 slip stitches and then 5 half double crochets. So you will be doing the opposite. So half double crochets to begin, 5 slip stitches, and then 5 half double crochets, and alternate that until you end with 5 half double crochets at the end of row 3. I'm nearing end of row 3, and I just wanted to go over, in case some of you are having difficulty finding that back loop. You kind of want to bring your work like at an angle right here, and then you can see the V stitch here. So this is the front loop and this is the back loop. So you want to just make sure you're grabbing that back loop correctly. So just wanted to go over that. So we're ending with our half double crochets in the back loop. But once your work gets a little bit larger, it's fairly easy to find that back loop. It's not difficult at all. So that's the end of row 3. On to row 4, you will chain 1 and turn your work. And for row 4, you will repeat row 3 by starting with 5 half double crochets in the back loop, and then you'll do your 5 slip stitches in the back loop. So you will just continue this all the way down for row 4, starting with 5 half double crochets, 5 slip stitches, 5 half double crochets. This is what your work should look like after finishing row 4. Now you will chain 1 and turn your work. Now for rows 5 and 6, you're going to repeat row 2, beginning with 5 slip stitches, then 5 half double crochets. And you will be doing that for the remainder of the work. So after rows 5 and 6, which is a repeat of row 2, so you'll do row 2 twice, and then going to rows 7 and 8, you'll be repeating row 3 twice. So every 2 rows you will repeat that row twice to get this wave stitch. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It is a wonderful beginner stitch, practicing the back loop, the slip stitch in the back loop, and the half double crochet in the back loop. Once you get that back loop, you're good. There's so many wonderful stitches that use that back loop. So appreciate it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up and share this video. And if you're a new viewer, please subscribe to Simply Crochet with Landa. Thank you and have a great day.